Is it over there?
Oh, it's 1 minute late for sure.
A 1 minute delay?
Yeah, it will be have 1 minute delay. Yes. Okay, it is.
Hey everybody! Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, everybody!
We torture ourselves with goofy hats for your pleasure. And Merry Christmas, Qiang.
Merry Christmas, Dan.
So we've had a good year, and it's because of you guys we wanted to invite you on here, and thank you for everything. It's been a crazy year for us. we normally travel slower, and it's been nice the last couple of months, hasn't it? Because we've only been at 2 places in the in the last 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's a great resting,
Yeah.
Not doing too much work.
Right.
Work like research about
everything,
currency, going to different countries, the currency, the taxi app.
Yeah.
Currency is a big problem.
Yeah. Currency, SIM cards, language.
Yeah.
How do you ride the public transportation?
Oh yeah, how to ride public transportation.
Where are we going to eat? Are we going to shop? Are we going to cook?
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff.
Cindy's song is there. Hello, Cindy.
What? Oh yeah. Is that your friend Cindy?
Yeah.
Oh, hey Cindy.
I think you all can hear us, right? We put on the mic.
Yeah, can you guys hear us?
Right.
Good to see you guys. Someone say, we hear you.
Oh, it's great. It's great. It's great.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just, as they're saying, we just finished, was it 6 months?
6 months.
Yeah, we finished 6 months of touring around Europe. And I'd already been to all of these places except maybe 2 or 3. And so I already knew which ones were my favorite and what neighborhoods I liked and all that stuff.
I think they haven't know where we went yet. So we just finished our Eastern Europe, Balkan country, or West
Balkans,
Asia,
yeah.
Central Asia. I don't know what they want to call, but I call it as a Europe trip.
Yeah.
So 6 months, we travel 18 countries, I think, 27 cities.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's totally different than the Southeast Asia. So a lot of people could request about, I want some cooler country, have
cooler weather.
Cooler weather.
Yeah.
So we was in the Eastern Europe trip. Hopefully you got to see some of our video, so you will know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we started in Sri Lanka, then we went to Turkey, then Georgia, Armenia, Bulgaria, Romania.
Yes.
Estonia?
Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania,
Poland,
Croatia. Oh, Finland also, you forget Finland. We went to see some Finland.
That's a day trip to Finland.
Yeah, a day trip to Finland.
And then after Croatia, we went to Bosnia, Serbia,
yes. Serbia,
Albania,
North
Macedonia.
Yeah. North Macedonia.
Italy.
By the way, they don't like to call as a North Macedonia. They prefer to call as a Macedonia. As someone from Macedonia correct me. So
yeah.
So and then from where is it? Albania. From Albania we go to Italy.
Yeah.
Okay. And then from Italy we go back to Albania, and then we go to Macedonia, and then we go down to Greece.
Yeah.
Oh no. Before that, in Croatia, we also go to Montenegro.
Oh yeah, Montenegro, right?
Yeah, and then
we went to Greece,
back
to Turkey,
and then go to Scotland
to visit my sister.
Yeah, that's not really counted.
Yeah, so we were there to collect data, to make reports, and so we went faster than we would normally recommend. So let's say hi to some people. Let's see.
Patrick is there.
Yeah?
Retire overseas with Patrick.
Oh, hey, Patrick. Patrick's in Albania. If you guys retire overseas with Patrick, if you need information about Albania, he has a channel over there.
Yeah.
And he's great.
He's very great.
We really had a good time with Patrick.
We have a very great time with Patrick.
And his wife, they're a charming couple.
We're coming back to you, Patrick.
Eventually, we don't know when, but we'll be there.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your new apartment you bought there. Well, hopefully we can talk soon and show my crowd that too.
Yeah.
But he's on YouTube. If you go to Retire Overseas with Patrick, he's on YouTube. He's from the U.S.
Yes.
So let's see who else is here. Smooth. Hey, Smooth. Good evening. Mark, UK, in a cool and rainy Da Nang. Oh,
no.
So you're what?
Where is cool at?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Mark, UK. And then Felix, aloha from Copenhagen. Very cool, very cool. And Penelope Lightborn. Oh, Greece, love it. But yes, what a fabulous agenda. Woo! Yeah, it was fabulous. It felt like a lot of work, to be honest with you. We like to stay in places longer.
Yeah, we like to stay. But in the second area,
Shenzhen,
yeah, we cannot stay more than 90 days.
Yeah, we had to fit. Part of the reason it was 6 months is because we had to split the time between the Shenzhen areas and non-Shenzhen, and so we had to spend half the time in the Shenzhens and half the time out, and so that's how it played out. So, Nomad Jim, hello from New Mexico, visiting family for Christmas. You're looking very festive today. Yeah, we torture ourselves for Christmas to get a giggle out of you guys.
They like to have this hat every year. Don't ask me why.
I had forgotten about it this year, and then we were in Southeast Asia. They have this place called DIY, do it yourself. It's like a handyman kind of place, but everything not just tools and stuff. Anyway, I saw these things and I went, oh yeah, we have to make fools of ourselves.
But this year, this hat is more fun. I like this one. It's more funny, And it's very cheap. It's like $1.50 for one each.
Yeah. So so I had to have them, and of course, then we're like, oh yeah, we have to do a live for Christmas. So yeah. So let's see who else here. Ted LaSalvia. Where are you now, Dan and Chung? So we're in Chung's stomping grounds. We're here to visit Chung's family. So we're in Penang, Malaysia, the northern part of Malaysia, almost to Thailand.
Yeah.
And we're here through up through Chinese New Year, and then we'll go from there. But we'll be here in Penang for like another week or 2 weeks, and then we'll be in KL for a few weeks, almost a month, and then we'll see what happens after that. So let's see here. Hello from Chicago. Hey, Chicago. I have a bunch of relatives back there. That's a fun town, especially like on the weekends. It's a great place to. I haven't been there in a long time, but last time I was there probably 10 or 15 years ago. It was a lot of fun at night.
Yeah, I think the people want to learn about like how we travel, and just give you guys a little bit our background, to know our background.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I left the U.S. in 2007. I got offered a job overseas. Actually, it was India, and I worked there for almost 3 years, and I had every 7th week off. So I began traveling all around that part of the world for about 2.5 years. And then I put in my notice and said I'm willing to do half pay, half time for half pay. And then I began traveling the world full time, working on my laptop. And so that's kind of my story. And then that was from 2007, left India in 2010, and then traveled all around the world, mainly to retire cheap places, because I was looking for what would be my favorite place to retire overseas outside the U.S. And then in 2016, in the summer, I think it was around July 4th, I met Chung.
Then since then, we've been traveling together. I mean, we've been seeing each other for a year, and then we traveled on 2017.
Yeah, we left.
Yeah, so I've been traveled with them for 7 years. I've been to 48 countries, and Dan is traveling for almost 18 years and into 73 countries.
Yeah,
yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
So and then that's kind of the thing we do, and we share it on YouTube with you guys. So that's what we're up to.
Mm-hmm.
And so you guys have any questions or anything we could help you with? Let's see. I'll be in KL early February, Nomad Gym. I'd love to meet up with you if you're there. I'm not sure if we'll be there in early February.
You left already.
I don't know how long you're going to be there, but I'm sure we'll be back there again at some point in the year.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on how long you're going to be there. Digital Nomad Trader. Hello from Florida. How's it going? Rami Water. Greetings from Margaretha in Holland. Oh, cool. Nice. Holland, nice. That's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so we thought we might share some of the differences we noticed. So the reason we're in Eastern Europe is because a couple of reasons, really. When I first went there, all from Turkey all the way up to like Estonia, and in both of the wars, or certainly in World War II, that area of the world during the war was taken over pretty quickly. So it wasn't burned to the ground like Western Europe. So when you wander around those countries through there, you see like amazing architecture that's been there for 100, 200 years. And so in some ways it's more interesting than Western Europe. It's also generally cheaper. And so, my channel is about, retire overseas on a budget. And so that's the kind of area you want to focus on, that part of Europe, if you're looking to live on a budget. And so that's the other reason we're there. Not just because I love the area, but also it's cheaper to live in that area. Of course, inflation's hit everywhere, so it's a little more than what it was, 5 or 10 years ago. But yes, it's still relative to Western Europe. It's still a bargain. Incarnated love. Do you ever miss your families with traveling or living overseas?
Do you?
Not too much, really, because you have things like Facebook and WhatsApp and Skype and FaceTime, and you can just pick up your phone and talk to somebody whenever you want to.
Yeah.
Now you're not in the same room with them, and so, but that'll happen maybe every other year or so. When my parents were both alive, I would go back pretty much every year or every other year. But now that both my parents have passed, I probably will only go back to the U.S. maybe every three years or so.
Yeah. For me, I'm not a person missing a family very much. Maybe in the first few years, the first 1-2 years, I did miss my family and food a lot. But after that, not really, because like Dan said, that we can FaceTime, we can WhatsApp call, it's so easy right now with the technology. So yeah, it's very different.
Plus, in the US and in Europe and in Asia now too, people don't always live in the same city. So, you take more than about a 2 or 3 hour car ride or train or bus or whatever from where you grew up, where most of your friends are, and you don't see them that often anyway. So it's not unusual now, even if you haven't left your home country, to not see your family all the time. And so social media has really helped with that. And now it's free, all these ways to communicate for free. You used to have to pay long distance if you called somebody on the phone or whatever. Now it's all free. So
yeah, I think a lot of people will feel that I'm very weird because I'm not really missing my family.
Well, Qiang also has her brother has 2 small children now, and they have CTV or whatever.
CCTV.
So she spends at least 30 minutes, probably an hour a day, watching those little kids play.
Yeah, I miss the kid a lot, and it's very different. But the kid is very trouble. My God.
Because we're here now, she's not just looking on the phone, but she had to actually be in person with them, and they're a lot of work. So she's commenting about, I love them more from afar. So.
True. I love to see them from phone,
They're great on the phone.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true.
From Alapico, better to move to Da Nang in early February or early March. What do you mean by moving? Or you are talking to visit?
Move is like what's the best weather there? Da Nang is so there's our two favorite places in Vietnam are Da Nang and Nha Trang.
Mhm.
Nha Trang's a little further south, so it's warmer.
Mhm.
It has warmer weather year round than Da Nang. Da Nang gets a little bit cooler in the winter, not cold, but cool for an Asian, certainly a Southeast Asian. It'll feel a little cooler, but it's not like it's nowhere near snowing or anything. It'll just get down into maybe the 50s at night, and then back up to the 60s or 70.
I would say it's a present weather, that you have a long sleeve,
Yeah.
Because a lot of foreigners, they cannot take the heat in Southeast Asia. They screaming like, But when you're in Southeast Asia, you have to understand that it is a hot and a humid places,
Yeah.
So go out in the daytime in the early morning, and then rest in your house in the, like from like 12 to 5,
Yeah.
Try not to go out walking under the heat,
Right.
Yeah.
And that's mainly in the heat of the day that
Yeah.
you have to hide in the house,
Yeah.
which is only in the hottest part of the year.
Mhm.
Much of the year in Southeast Asia, you can be outdoors.
Yeah.
Maybe at least 4 or 5 months of the year, all day you can be out. It's
It
really
depends-
during the hot time.
Yeah, if you come to visit a country, definitely you want to see the country in the
Yeah.
daytime. So
Yeah.
put on your hat, put on your sunblock, because that is protect your skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, put sunglasses so you will not feel that. But it depends on Southeast Asia. They have a lot of shopping mall. If you feel hot, just go into the mall and get some AC for free.
Yeah, for sure. So so there's a big weather difference between Southeast Asia and in Eastern Europe where we were,
Mhm.
and it's warmer. It's warmer here, and which personally I've adapted to. I kind of like it when it gets colder than really when it drops below 60 now. I'm uncomfortable. I need to start wearing layers and a coat and long pants and
Just tell them that when we fly in the plane to the Turkey, we reach to the Istanbul. We're like, woof! We have to put on the the long sleeve,
long johns.
pants,
We
long
brought long johns when we went to Europe.
And then it's like it's quite cold in some days, and so is you feel cold and you tell me you miss about Southeast Asia.
Yeah, I think after we were there, and again, this is Turkey, right? It's not like really cold,
Yeah.
It's down on the Mediterranean. But we were there just a few days, I think, and I
Yeah.
said I dreamt last night that we went back to Southeast Asia.
That's
It
when
was
we're
too
in
cold.
Georgia.
Oh, in Georgia,
Previously.
yeah.
But when we first arrived, it got cold for the first few days because we just adapted to the weather. But after that, we're wearing like a normal, t-shirts,
Right.
pants just out. So
But, I mean, we didn't go there. I think we went there in April. We started in April.
April, yes.
Yeah, so it wouldn't have been cold for a typical,
Yeah.
person who lives north of the equator, typical American, maybe a Floridian or Hawaiian, it would have felt a little cool, but not cold. And so it wasn't too bad until we got up north. Now, we got all the way up to Estonia, which is, that's pretty far north. But by then it was probably August, so it was
It's June.
June. Okay.
Yeah, it's June.
So by then it was, the weather was fine up there. So we tried to arrange our tour so that we were in good weather. So.
Yeah, and we spent a summertime in Albania, Italy.
Yeah.
Montenegro, Croatia. Wow, amazing.
Yeah,
when
beautiful
during
country.
the summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. I will not miss the cold, and I am a Californian. Yeah, California has some cold spots. Great skiing spots.
Well, also we have one thing I want to share when doing this live is not sure. Oh yeah, they can see here. So
Yeah. So my Retire Overseas course and actually the full lifetime membership's available for 50% off. And if you go to vagabondbuddha.com, on the front page now, you'll see the 50% off advertisement. Below that is a 50% off details, and then a registration. You can go click those buttons. But this is the code you use to get 50% off. Lifer 2024, lowercase, no spaces or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so it's $99 for life, unlimited downloads. There's a course there to retire overseas. There's a course how to make money online. And then there's 292 reports, planning reports, all kinds of things that we've learned over the years living outside our home countries, and that are in those reports. So that's available.
Yeah, and also you can you have all the report the country. Yeah, that we have visit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So wherever the restaurants, the transportations that we use,
right, where we stay, tour and apartment area that we stay, and we tell you about which area that you can go have fun, nightlife. Everything is in this report, by country, by state and city. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, thanks, John. John here. Highly recommend the $99 deal. Got it years ago. Super value, and you're supporting the best travel YouTube channel ever.
Thank you so much.
That's very sweet. Yeah. Yeah. So, and really, the YouTube channel and the memberships pays for our travel, so we really appreciate it, and that's why we haven't raised our prices or changed anything. A couple of years ago when John joined, there was probably only 600 videos and maybe 200 or 180 reports. Now there's 292 reports, 2 courses, 1,000 videos, and we don't raise our prices.
Yeah, and also that if you're curious about where we are, we always update in the our website, so it's only member can access to know that which country that we are. Our next plan, if we have our next plan, so you will know the next country that we go in.
Yeah, and that's at the very top on vagabondbuddha.com. It says, Where's Dan? Yeah, so if you click that, it'll say where we are. So. Yeah, so let's see what else here. Yes, Felix thinks on that. I would have a purpose in scaling my pension. Hire much change, not couch change. Let's see. Felix must be, up there we go. Penelope, there's internet pages, workaround or something where you can work for food and a bed. Oh yeah. Yeah, in fact, I interviewed a guest who, she reads the volunteer webpage. I don't remember what it is, but maybe if you Google Vagabond Awake, volunteer, the word volunteer maybe, she talks about what page it is. In fact, maybe Penelope or whoever it was will say what the webpage is. But she just travels around and does like volunteer work, and they give her room and board. So Bangkok, are you guys in Bangkok right now? No, we're in Georgetown, Penang, Malaysia right now. We left Bangkok about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, true. No, we left Bangkok.
Oh no, that's right. Yeah.
We travel to Bangkok, stay in Bangkok for a month, so you can know about how is our cost of living in Bangkok.
Yeah. And
enjoying Bangkok very much because that in our neighborhood have a restaurant that we can take away all these dishes, so we just cook rices, and it's just so convenient for us. So after Bangkok, we went to Koh Samui. Yeah, because we want to have some oceans. We was renting a studio is next to the beach, so we enjoy Koh Samui, and then we're flying back to Penang.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what we're up to now. Let's see. Love the interviews. Hope to be one of your interviews eventually. Yeah, definitely. Anybody out there that wants to tell their story on the channel, if you're. By the way, I have an email list where I send out at least 1 email per week, sometimes 2. So if you just go to vagabondbuddha.com, up in the right-hand or left-hand corner, you'll see the words free ebook. If you click that, put in your email address and your first name or whatever, you'll start getting those emails. And I forgot why I was telling you that.
For the interview.
Oh yeah, then so once you're on my email list, whenever you're ready to be interviewed, just reply and say, hey, I want to tell a story on your channel about blah, 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 whatever. It can be anything like, why, what held you back and why you're ready to travel the world now, or where you are in the world, or you fell in love, or, the thing is that when I interview people, there's always somebody out there, when they see that person and hear their story, they align with that story and it feels more real to them. Their story lines up with their story. So when they hear it, they see the possibility for themselves. And so that's the beauty of people are being interviewed. And also there's a huge range of cost of living. People always talk about it, the cost of living really is this or it's that. No, there's a huge range of cost of living. So I've interviewed people who are paying like $6,000 a month. It's people paying $500 a month. I mean, and then like how they're able to do it, all kinds of. So if you at Vagabond Awake, if you subscribe there, whenever I do an interview, you can see it. Also, you can go to, by the way, you guys, you can go to Vagabond Awake YouTube channel and click on the playlist, scroll down, and you'll see there's a guest star playlist. You can click that, and I don't know how many there are, at least 60, 80 interviews. You can just binge these interviews and watch people. And I also have a female one. It's just female interviews. The female ones are also on the full guest list, but sometimes I'll get an email or a message, hey, do you ever interview women? And then I'll say, I got a whole list of them. And I'll send them the playlist.
And also you have a new list that people who living overseas under $1,000.
Oh, yeah. I just put that up like last week.
Yeah, last week.
And so have country on my YouTube playlist, Vagabond Awake. If you go to the playlist, you'll see the tabs, click playlist. You can read all the playlists. Some of them have like 120 videos. Like we spent a lot of time in the Philippines. I think there's 120 videos we made just in the Philippines. There's another 110, 20 videos in Mexico. And all of these countries we go to, we make videos. And you can, if you're interested in the country, the playlist is there, along with the reports. The reports are on Vagabond Buddha. So, and that's the text with the links about where we stayed and all that stuff.
Yeah. Hello, Eamon from Nha Trang.
Oh, right on. Yeah. We love that city.
Yeah.
Nice. Thanks for saying hi. Have you plans for places to go this winter? I have a family member getting married. When is it? It's, I think, in January. So I have to fly back to the U.S. for that. And then I'm going to go see one of my lifelong best friends. He just built a house. I want to see his house. And he's a very creative soul. So I'm going to visit him. And then we don't know after that. We definitely are going to be in Southeast Asia for a while.
Yeah.
We'll probably do Vietnam or
Philippines and Cambodia.
Laos. Yeah. There's a beautiful city in Laos up in the north. It's a previous French colony, and I've been there, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. I really enjoyed it, but I don't have a report on it yet because I was there before I had my YouTube channel or my my webpage. So we definitely want to go up there and report on that city, and there's other cities we want to report on in Southeast Asia. And so, but it's definitely one of our favorite parts of the world, Southeast Asia. It's very easy to be here. You only need t-shirts, shorts, flip-flops. And it's not unusual to, like the way we can go to markets and we can get $1.50 meals in most of $2 in some of the cities. And
we can because we used to eat local.
We eat local,
and we enjoy local food. It's not everyone can.
No, some people have to pay $5 or $10 per meal because they want to eat food familiar with their home country. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, but we love Southeast Asian food. It's my favorite part of the world food-wise. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's, like it's, I'm not saying it's better than Italian or better than, like in Peru has amazing food. It's just that it's just consistency, low prices, and healthy. So is really what seals it for me. So let's see, always be moving. Oh yeah. Appreciate you and your channel. Your videos are life support for me until I can retire and break away from the U.S. in a couple of years. Yeah, for sure. Mexico versus Southeast Asia to move to. Which would you recommend?
I think it depends on yourself. You have to do the exploratory visits and feel it by yourself that you prefer the the environments, the social life,
the food
in the Mexico or South Asia, because a lot of people cannot take the heat and the humid in South Asia.
You have high country in Mexico. So before, when the Spanish invaded Mexico, at that time people tended to live in the high altitude. So there's beautiful cities in the center part of Mexico, from north to south, like Querétaro, Oaxaca, Mexico City, just gorgeous. All the way to the south, you have the Chiapas. There's San Cristobal. All of those cities are just amazing. Most Americans don't end up going to those cities because they like to go to the beach and drink under a palm tree and swim in the ocean. But for year-round life, it's not as hot up in the mountains, and the beautiful cobblestone streets and colonial era city centers and all that are quite charming. And so Mexico has many terrains, many styles of food and living, and so it's an amazing place. And also the food, the weather is very different than Mexico and South Asia. The food and the weather is very different, and the culture also different. And in Mexico, you need to be at least to understand Spanish, because Spanish is most like a business language in that part of world, Latin America. But in South Asia, is English is still able to communicate because they use mostly English. Most of the certainly businesses in Southeast Asia will usually have one person on the the roster of employees that speaks English. And so, but in Mexico, it's not always the case. But you know what? I know very little Spanish, and I've been all over Mexico. I bet you I have like 19 cities with reports, or maybe more, maybe 20 cities that we spent time in. And so we really love Mexico. I don't really speak much Spanish. Dos cervezas, donde los banos. I mean, just really simple stuff. Cuantos. And I don't really have any trouble in Mexico. But I'm also very good at sign language. Like, when I have a cup of coffee, it's like, that means I want cream. There's all these little things you learn when you can't speak, when you're lazy like me and you're not learning all the local languages. For me, when you're a slow traveler and you're like, we're typically, maybe on the average 4 to 6 countries a year. This year was just like crazy amount of countries, 22 countries or something ridiculous. But normally like 4 to 6 countries. You're not really in any one country long enough to pick up the language, unless you're in a region of the world that's, all Spanish. But most of the world's not like that. You go through Europe and you have practically a different language in every country, sometimes different languages in cities in the same country. And it's really only Latin America that's primarily Spanish. So
I did pick up Spanish when I in Latin America. I was in.
You took a lesson in
Guatemala.
In
Guatemala, in Antigua. I enjoyed that. So I'm able to speak some, understand more than that. It's not perfect, but can get some meaning and say one word. They try to catch my word.
So now life's going to be more interesting if you speak more of the local language, because you can have more interesting conversations with people that you just run into that are not, that don't know English, or so it's a better experience if you pick up some language. What else we got? 𝗂𝐻𝐻 was great before so many retirees moved there. I haven't been to 𝗂𝐻𝐻 probably in, 5 years, 6 years ago. 𝗂𝐻𝐻 is that
I know,
lake
but I
camp.
can't remember. My memory is not really good on the time. I need to write down, then I only remember. That's why I don't remember about when we met, and sometimes I forget about your birthday and my birthday. I'm not a person who remembers all these things. So you're lucky. Because I don't remember.
Have you spoken about the foreign money tax yet? A lot of we don't actually experience that as bad as some people. I'm not sure why that is. I read online a lot about how people have to pay more for everything than the locals, like there's two prices or whatever. And I think it has to do with a number of things. One is, if you're willing to pay the higher amount, and you don't know where you can buy it for lower.
It's saying that the tax for bringing money into the Thailand.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about foreign tax. Like people talk about there's two prices in the market. If you show up.
But one thing I would like to share that in a lot of countries,
right.
As I know in South Asia country, when you go to like a museum or in other countries also, they have a foreigner ticket and a local ticket.
Yeah.
It's stated over there. I think in Europe also or someplace. I know a lot of countries like this.
Yeah, we were just in Athens. They had it at the
local price and
the Parthenon.
Yeah,
they had a different price for the foreigners and the locals.
Yeah.
I'm not really a tax specialist, but my understanding is that the way that the new Thai tax works, and don't quote me, is that it's based on what you bring into the country, and what you bring into the country from a foreign source, or what you earn in the country. And so, if I were to retire in Thailand, which is a possibility someday I might, it's definitely in my top 5. I would just bring in, what I need is, I wouldn't bring in all my assets and put them in a Thai bank. They'll tax me on it. And so I think it's smart to think about what the taxation is going to be when you go somewhere. But I don't really think that maybe the internet's the best place to find out about tax stuff. I would talk to a local accountant who's actually specialized in that area. If you have any amount of tax or income or problems with your money wise, it's worth paying a few bucks to a professional to get an opinion on it, rather than listening to someone like me, because the details, the devil's in the details, and the details are never fully explained in social media generally. So I recommend talking to a Thai accountant on that. So let's see, which place is good for single man? Qiang, you have any thoughts on that?
I don't know. Are you looking for love or you're looking for fun? It's a different question. I cannot answer that. If you're looking for fun, everywhere in the world you can have it. But if you're looking for love, it's a different question.
Yeah, and also, that's a pretty complicated question.
It's very complicated, and everywhere is depend on your luck also. If you are good luck, you got a good girlfriend and good love.
Yeah.
He asks for love. For love, well, it depends. Do you really appreciate her? Yeah, you ask a woman about this question, it's very hard to answer because it's on your heart, and you cannot be being like stupid as well, because giving people money doesn't mean that you love that and they can cheat you. So it's very hard. You just need to open your eye and get to know about what they call about the alarm that someone, like if she asking you
look for
money,
red flags, you mean?
Yeah. So you have to be careful. But I would say that it should be very easy to get finding love in Southeast Asia, as if you speak English, it's much more easier.
Yeah, I would say that love's all over the world. It's just what are you looking for, and whether or not the culture that you're looking in is accepting of whatever it is that you want. Like, for example, like in Southeast Asia, you'll see more, not all of Southeast Asia, but some parts of Southeast Asia, you'll see like age gap relationship. Like I'm 64, Qiang's 39. So it's 25-year age difference. That's not as common in the US for someone like me, like maybe a movie star or a billionaire or something like that.
Yeah, and also like, some people will say that like in the Philippines, they're easy to get love, and also that they have a lot of the scammer over there.
Yeah.
But it's really depending. Like when we in the Philippines that time, when we locked down, we met a lot of people.
Yeah.
We saw that, I don't know why, maybe we are a positive person and we always look, in a good way. surrounding us, the neighbors surrounding us, they find their love.
Yeah.
The people who stay over there is from England, from USA, from Australia. They find their love in the Philippines, and they live like, they're together for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's really very different.
And it's the same in Thailand. I mean, I've met and interviewed many people who found love in Thailand.
Yeah, we met like when we in Juneteenth with a guy who was very stressful in the USA. He ate a bunch of the medicine. We went to his house and he showed, and then when he arrived in Thailand, in Juneteenth, and he stopped a lot of the medication. He didn't need those medications for the stress, So
I mean, his blood pressure went down. These anxiety meds, all of it, he was able to stop.
And he found a girlfriend who
she was a masseuse, or like a real masseuse, not like,
Oh, you are talking another.
Oh, is that another one?
I'm saying Juneteenth.
Yeah, I'm talking Juneteenth.
Oh, it's not masseuse. His girlfriend is very high-end post. He's working in the government.
Okay.
You forget.
We have interviewed a lot of people, so.
So you see, you will not only meet a girl who a lot of people would think that, you meet a girl in Philippines, they are in the they need money for their family, they doesn't have higher educations,
Right.
It's really very different and how you find the girl and where you meet the girl. And the guy that he meet a girl who is in a good, very high-end job. Yeah.
So I would say, if you're looking for a normal relationship, rather than a transactional relationship, you can find it anywhere. You just have to look around you when you're traveling around the world. I think the men, to a certain extent, and women that get into trouble with people that want money or whatever, they're looking for love in the wrong places. And when the signals come that it's not really like more traditional love, it's some kind of transactional love, they don't see those signals, or they don't mind those signals. They're willing to, whatever the transaction is, they're ready to play it. But if you're just a normal person looking for normal love, those cues are all the same all over the world. You're just looking for somebody authentic that wants to spend time with you, and you're if you start to feel like you're being played, you're being played. I mean, there's nothing different. The world's the same. So yeah, I would say anywhere.
Anyway.
So let's see. Why haven't you made reports of places in India like Goa, Pondicherry, or the Himalayas? I've been to Goa. I haven't been to Pondicherry, and I've been to the Himalayas. So when I was in India, it was in 2007 through 2010. That was like 8 years before I started my channel. So I hadn't been to Sri Lanka, so we went there, but that's not India, of course.
Yeah.
But eventually I'll go back to India. The truth is, we just so I put out information that you guys want. And what that means is someone will email me and ask me a question, and I'll think, wow, I've gotten this question before, or this is something I think more than just this one person's going to want to know. I just don't get a lot of requests for India, honestly. Yeah. So I haven't spent a lot of time thinking about or trying to figure out, where to go in India or whatever, but I've been all over India too. India is a very fascinating and interesting place. I just don't get a lot of requests for it. Another place that I don't get a lot of requests for in general is Africa. So I don't know why that is, but I try to follow the demand.
Yeah.
Now, if there's a place I'm interested in, I'll go there. Like, no one emailed me about Sri Lanka, but when I lived in India for almost 3 years, I wanted to get down there because I've met some people at work and stuff that really liked it, but I never made it down there. But so I went there for myself and did some reports about it and interviewed a guy, and there's some interest for that, but it's not the same kind of interest you get for the Philippines or Thailand or Indonesia or some of these other places. And so to me, it's all about demands. What do you guys want? Yeah. And is it interesting? Is it interesting to me? Like, I won't just go down a rabbit hole for one email if I don't think there's like a general interest in it. But if I think it's people in a general sense will be curious about that question or whatever it is, then I'll go down a rabbit hole and write a report about it. So yeah. But India's, it's a fascinating place. I recommend doing it before, put it on your bucket list. But not many people are asking me about, retire there. You mentioned Goa. Goa is a nice beach. It's a place you could retire for a reasonable amount. Also, Himalayas are beautiful. I've been up in Nepal and I can't remember there's a place up there I snowboarded. It's on the west side. I can't remember what it is, but it's a fascinating country, beautiful, interesting, but not a lot of demand.
Yeah, not a lot of demand. Even Sri Lanka also not a lot of demand.
Yeah. So let's see, what else we got? Oliver Dietz, where are you now? Beginning from the start of the stream now.
We are in Georgetown, Penang, Malaysia.
Yeah.
If you are signed up as a member, a lifetime member, you can check where then today. In that click, you can know where is our location in the country and our next plan. So that is the best bonus to sign up for the member.
Yeah, we're usually behind.
Posting our
like
videos.
A month. Generally. Sometimes it's 2 months we're behind on writing reports. And so, but that'll be current information.
Yes, that's why that we have this promotion right now. It's 50% off with this code 𝐿IVE 2024. Go to vagabondbuddha.com/register. There is a very great report that I wanted to find someone to doing that. Give me the informations about travel. For example, how is the food over there? What restaurant that I can go? They brand there, so they can put out the recommends about that. So I was looking at that, but so far it's no one doing that. It will be a very good. It's a good report for a beginner to leave the country and see the country.
I think the value is in, so you probably have a friend who's been to some city somewhere, right? And they're like, oh, you have to go to this neighborhood. There's cool little coffee shops and restaurants and walking around and this and that. It's just that sort of insider take on somebody who's been there before you. Maybe not just the weekend, but they spent a little time there. They know the neighborhoods and this is the one you want to go to. Here's 3 restaurants. And, you can ride the public transportation, make sure to take this tour. That's the kind of information that can make a city be interesting rather than you go and have to figure it out on yourself. So that's what we try to do. That's what the reports are about. Let's see, what else we got? Hi, Kevin. I think it's an Irish cheers, meaning good health to you related to happiness. What does Salante mean? I think you go to Tanzania, Ethiopia, or maybe South Africa. You might get some interest. Okay. Great.
Wow, it's almost 48 minutes now. Do you know what time right now? Right now in the Malaysia time is midnight. It's past midnight. It's 12 o'clock.
12:47. Yeah, we like to make these lives during the day. So in case you guys wonder, we have demographics. 50% of our audience it's 56 or 8% live in the United States. And then another 8 to 12% are in Canada. So it's 72% of our audience is in the US or Canada. And then we have whatever it is spread throughout Europe is another 10, 15%. And then we have Southeast Asia, Mexico, and mainly it's expats, Western expats that speak English all over the world, and then the United States, Canada, and Europe, also Australia, New Zealand. And so that's why we write in English and we speak English and we talk about English things important to.
How do we get a newsletter again?
Oh, so just sign up for the free ebook. Go to vagabondbuddha.com.
At least it's right in
vagabondbuddha.com and look for upper left-hand corner. You'll see free ebook. And click that. Put in your email and your first name or whatever. Actually, I think it's just email. It only takes email. and then I'll send you the ebook. I'll send you an email. You confirm that that is your email. Then I send you the ebook, and then every Saturday at least I send out an email. Sometimes on Wednesday I'll send out an email, and that has information that I'm sharing about what's going on and new reports we wrote or something we found out interesting. And so that's what the email list is great for. And also we let you know whenever we're, like if we're having a sale or something going on that has a time limit on it, not just for us, but whatever that we've learned about. So, well, we did this because we wanted to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and thank you for making such a great year for us. And we really love what we do, and we understand that that it is valuable to people, and we get that, and it's kind of like our mission, it's our purpose, and so we do what we can to make your life easier. I know when you first move overseas, it can be hard. When you're thinking about moving overseas, there's 100 things that you have to think about that I cover in my Retire Overseas course, and it can make a big difference. If you know that information, then you're not surprised when stuff happens.
Yeah, example, like when we travel to Europe, how I wish I have some information in one website. Instead, I have to go to like 10 different websites to get this transportation thing, the food thing. But the restaurant, I always go to check it in the Google Map, and then we try, and then we put on the list that we think that we like it, the restaurant.
Yeah, we go back.
We'll go back. But the restaurant that we are not really fancy about the food, then we will not put that.
Yeah.
So
Qiang's really good at research, so we rarely get a bum restaurant because she reads like all of the reviews.
There's request a lot of time to read the review. It takes me a day to read the review. Each restaurant, what's the special food.
She reads the bad reviews too to see, because sometimes some of these places, like a bunch of their friends will give positive feedback, but then you need to read the negative ones to find out the truth. So we don't get many bum restaurants. Once in a while we do, but it's usually because something happened. They lost their cook or.
Yeah, sometimes it's a day, they lost their cook or the thing is missing. So. But sometimes we go back to the second time to try it's really that good or it's really that bad, then we only that, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks everyone for coming on and saying hi with us and sharing your, asking your questions and everything. We really appreciate it. And we will see you next year.
Yeah, we will see you next year. Merry Christmas and happy holiday.
Yeah.
And happy New Year.
Happy whatever it is you celebrate. And try not to wear this hat. You look goofy, okay? Don't do that.
I'm very looking forward to go to my next holiday.
Yeah?
To go to my private yacht.
Oh, yeah.
We're renting a private yacht, so to go to.
Yeah, Qiang likes to take her family once a year somewhere. So she rented a catamaran, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to take her family out on a catamaran.
Yeah.
And, so we're excited about that. So happy holidays. We'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.